So everybody, welcome back to the Garine Tower. So today we wanted to give you a wee update. We've not really been active as much as we'd hoped. As you can imagine, there's just loads of admin things that need to be done and we're working through it at the moment. But we wanted to give you a wee update today. I am actually joined today with Laura, aka Cass, who is one of my best friends, but has also came on board as the project manager of the Garine Tower project. So I thought it would be quite a good idea to sit with Cass, ask her a few questions about what she's doing in her day-to-day job, to let you guys understand why we sometimes are inactive and what we're up to behind the scenes. So Laura, the Garine Tower is now obviously being completely cleared inside, which obviously we'd worked on. The weather has obviously been no in our favour over the last, few months. So
Correct.
I know we've been dealing with the surveys and everything like that recently. Tell us about what's been happening since you joined, a month ago.
So what we're doing just now is dealing with the architects day to day, getting the plans on a paper.
Which has not been easy.
Not been easy. Not easy at all. Stressful, actually. We're researching technology, furniture suppliers, absolutely everything that we're going to need for in here once it's completed. So, but we need the plans to move forward.
And do you know, this is one of the things that kind of caught me up, because I don't think we quite fully understood that we were going to be looking at furniture at this stage in the game. We thought that was an afterthought and that was the exciting part of the project, when in actual fact, by the time we've got to the architect stage, they've been like, well, you kind of need to know where everything's going and what it's going to look like and what is your full vision, rather than just how many rooms are you going to have. And I think we thought it was going to be as simple as that.
Not
and
as
it's
simple
not
as
been.
that.
So I think maybe when you first came in, you've been like, right, okay, I'm going to maybe be twiddling my thumbs sometimes.
And I thought, I'll just sit back. I'll just speak to the architects.
Oversee.
I'll just oversee these architects. I'll just have nice chats with them. And then once they're done and we've got our plans, I'll just go and have nice coffees with furniture suppliers and say, oh, I like that. Or, oh, I like that. No. It's not. It's like, you need this right now because we need to know where your plug sockets go.
Where the socket's going to be.
Where are the sockets going? Where are the wires going?
What
type of skirtings do you want? What's hanging to the ceiling? So
it's
wild.
Been mad. It's been mad. Well, I mean, that kind of brings us to, the people that we have been approaching and the people that you have been going to meet. So we've always kind of said for the start, we're going to try and keep to local suppliers, people who are, within Scotland 100%, so that we can keep all the money just ploughing back into Scotland. Who is it that you've kind of been speaking with at the moment? Is there, what visits have you been to, and what kind of things have you been speaking about?
Well, like you said, we're trying to keep everything as local as possible. So architects are from Bells Hill, site manager, QS, Wishaw based. This morning went to see a place called Select Contract Furniture in East Kilbride. Absolutely amazing furniture selections. They've kind of got what we want because they can make whatever we want there. They upholster everything there. Went to see a place called Elite in Glasgow as well. They manufacture everything on site, so that fits in with what we want to do because it's just Glasgow. If we need a mattress, we can just drive in and get it.
Perfect.
You could do that.
I will take one of my vans and I will drive. That will be my job.
A mattress.
This full project, and I will be the mattress collector.
You can be the mattress collector.
And see, whilst you're out there, Cass, like, what has the vibe been when you are speaking to people? What are they thinking about this project? Are they on board? Do they think it's exciting? What is people saying out there about the Garine Tower project?
People can't believe that two women, they know nothing about construction, know nothing about hotels, know nothing about weddings, apart from the fact that we had one. We know nothing about restaurants, bars. They're like, whoa, okay, and what's your background? I'm like, blinds. And they're like, oh, and what's claims Nicole does? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, right, okay, so
it kind of takes the wind out your sail, really.
So, and I'm like, So, can you show me that table?
I mean, I think this kind of takes back to when I first told you when I had got this. I took the wind out your sail when you had to actually go off the phone and phone me back.
Rendered me speechless. Never
wait a minute, sorry, I'll need to go then now.
I forgot about that.
And I was like, that wasn't the reaction I was thinking I was going to get.
No, I get the text and I thought, oh, that's a castle. All right. I wonder what she's done with that. And I thought she'll have bought that. And then the phone rang. I'm like, oh, hiya. I've bought that. I'm like, all right. Do you want to just come and work with me on that then? I'm like, aye. Oh, aye, definitely. Give me 2 minutes. Phoned in.
I thought one of the kids must be kicking off. No, you just needed a minute. It was you kicking off.
It was me, internally, silently, just sitting at the kitchen table like that. Oh, this could be interesting. This could be something.
Well, it's
definitely something.
The reason why obviously I had asked you to join me on the project, Cass, was because as much as you worked with Blinds before, you obviously done interior design and you designed all the podcast studios and everything like that, and I just love how quirky you are and everything. It's always like out the box, and I like that. I'm not like that. I like to just stay in my lane, so when I'm doing decor it doesn't really end well for me, and I'm not like that at all. But when you do things, it's like you're saying things and sometimes I think, whoa, what is she talking about? And then when you actually do it, I go, that really works, like that's amazing. And that's what happened with the 2 podcast studios. So I just thought you were perfect for the job, and that kind of brings me to the next thing I was going to ask you about, because we've kind of publicised some of them for everybody already, but you've been working on a lot of mood boards and things like that. I think that's really exciting for people to see what your ideas are going to be like. I mean, it is out of the box. It's a boutique style hotel. Where have you been getting your inspiration for the mood boards and things like that?
I'm just thinking about the different areas of the castle and who's going to use the areas. So if it's the ballroom for a wedding, then what does a bride want to see? Do you know that way? If it's somebody coming in a Saturday night for a couple of drinks, nice meal, what do they want to see? But then keeping in theme with what we want, what we see, our vision, and also like the surroundings, what we've got round about us. So,
and keeping the history of the Garine Tower effectively intact. Because that's one thing that I loved about the mood boards and the incorporation of things that we've found in the Garine Tower, which is really, really important to us, but also very important to loads of other people within the community. And I think that is really important for us to keep that and the decor.
Definitely.
And you've managed to do that and still make it modern.
And we're going to have a full room dedicated so we can sit and look at pictures of you in the paper.
That's going to be my favourite room. So tell us about the room that we're going to have kind of designed with, the things that we've found and stuff like that. Tell us a wee bit more about that room.
So basically we're going to call it the library room. But it's going to be a private dining room, so we can have maybe 30 people in the private dining room. It's going to be filled with everything that we've found on site, even the old shutters off the windows. I've spoke to a company that do wallpaper. They're actually going to do a full mural, which will be a picture of the castle.
Oh, the castle, sorry.
Sorry, no, you. No.
Oh well,
I'll
maybe next time.
Put you in a frame,
Maybe next time.
I'll definitely put you in a frame.
Great,
a nice wee gold frame, right? But we're going to do it like that. Potentially the thought would have been, if we're knocking down a tree, we'll make a table out of it, that kind of thing. So everything that's going to be in that room is going to be based solely on what we've found
thoughtful.
here.
Aye, definitely.
Because we've got people that follow the Lost Houses of the Clyde Valley. That's been a big thing that we've read up on, so maybe they would want to come and have a wee look around all the history that we've found.
And I think that's good because the Clyde Valley walkway is at the back of this, and loads of people will maybe be walking there on a Sunday and they'll want to pop in for a coffee or a tea or whatever it may be. I think that also you've got people who are part of that group where they do like the history tours, which this has always kind of been part of that as well. I think informally, but it has been part of it. We don't really want to stop that. I personally definitely don't. I think it's important to let everybody know that we want to keep the history of the building, but we also want to make it worthwhile and make it useful.
Yeah.
People can come in here and still celebrate and like the old times. I mean, I'm sure they've probably had parties in here a few years ago, so let's bring that back to life. I think that's dead important. Your thoughts, Cass, on your previous job, obviously you worked for the blind company and now you're obviously doing this. How are you feeling about the Agrarian Tower project? Like, what's your feelings about it? Are you excited? Are you nervous? We were laughing about that earlier, but on a serious note, I think you thought that at the start it would be maybe a wee bit more relaxed.
Yeah.
And it's definitely not been like that.
No.
Aimed at John's My Life normally has the same. I normally have the same effect.
Wow. It's not relaxed. It's anything but relaxed. But I love it. I love it. I'm totally passionate about interior design. Weirdly enough, I am absolutely loving learning about stone, render.
I mean, I think there was 17 stonemasons that we spoke to, and
loved
you were loving it, and I
loved every minute.
Loving it.
Loved every minute. Loved listening to the gardeners talk about the weeds, the ivy that was killing the tree. Who'd have knew that?
Aye.
So it's brilliant.
Aye.
It's brilliant. It's totally different because in my last job it was just day to day. Everything was the same normally every day, whereas every day is different here, and it is mental but brilliant. So I love it.
No, amazing.
Thank you for having me.
And you're welcome. And I think that is the most important part about your job and why you're here and how things are progressing, because effectively you'll never work a day in your life if you love what you do, and I know that's cheesy, but that's the truth.
It's the truth.
If you love what you do, you'll always put your 100% into your work. I've got a full team at my job, because if you like everything that you're doing and you're invested in it, ours and work just fly past.
No, it's not a chore.
No, it's definitely
not a chore. It's every minute's enjoyable.
And you can't take your eyes off the prize. You're in the house, you're on your phone, you're like looking up things about it, or looking at history, or you know, you become a bit obsessive, don't you?
So you like the history? I don't. I'm like, what was I thinking about that wallpaper? Hold on there. And then before you know it, 3 hours have passed. And 3 hours have passed, and I've just looked at vinyl wallpaper. I'm like, oh, whoa, hello, I'm back. I left there.
So tell us, Cass, a wee bit about the architects. So the architects are also working on kind of proposed drawings at the minute. We've obviously got the project manager on the go. What is the kind of time frames that everybody is telling us at the moment? You know, what is the time frames that they're thinking is justifiable at the moment? And things can change, but you know, on the basics there.
Concept drawings should be next week, which is mega exciting. So we should have a concept in our hands next week, which is mental. Can't wait.
I can't wait.
So there's that. After that, we really need to refine it. Let's decide, is this 100%? Are we 100% sure on this? We get our site manager, we get our QS, everybody sits down together and says, this can be done, this can't be done, where are we starting here? Once those drawings are fine, they're into planning. Then we sit and patiently wait. Well, I'll be sitting patiently waiting.
I don't think there'll be any patience. They'll be waiting, but there won't be any patience.
That'll be happening, but I'll just be continuing on in the rabbit holes. So that'll be happening, and then as soon as they come out, hopefully approved, then we hit the ground running. Brilliant. So let's say we're hitting the ground running hopefully by March, April. May.
That would be nice. That's the plan. That would be nice.
And then let's hope for the end of next year, latest. Hopefully.
Right, well, I mean, that's the thing. It's like people are always asking realistically, when do you think it will be open and everything. I think that is an important thing to remember, that we can always, the architect can say this and the project manager can say whatever, but we have a goal, but it's such a big project that we can't set our hopes on it. And I would love to tell people, you know, we'll have this date, we'll have that date, because I'm impatient as hell. So I totally get that. But we're hoping, you know, at the very latest by the end of 2024. If it ran into the early 2025, then it wouldn't be the end of the world. At least we've done the project, and I think that's a good time scale for a project of this size, I would think.
Totally.
Absolutely. So we have been working with a company who do the laser scans, and we've had some nice projection pictures and things like that from there, covering all the floors and everything. Do you want to tell us how you got in touch with them and everything, Laura? Like, how did that come about?
So the reason that we had to get them was because you bought a castle without even a floor plan.
I sure did, lady.
Yeah.
Next point. And
in order for anybody to do anything about that,
it's no big deal. Sorted now.
we had to get this company called Ardmore in, who were recommended to us by our architects.
Yep.
They've come in with their laser devices and their drones and all that, put all of the data into their little machine. And
Don't get too technical on us, Laura.
Don't get too technical. Right, their wee machine. And then they've produced the floor plans.
Brilliant.
So we give the floor plans to the architects and they know what we're working with.
And the pictures were actually nice, although they were just like laser drawings, but they were
lovely.
They were really nice, weren't they? And the way they played them out, I thought they were really nice. I think we already put them on social media, if I'm right.
Yeah.
They were already put it there, so if you go to any of the platforms on social media, you will be able to see those drawings. And obviously, hopefully, if we get these concept drawings sorted for next week, we might be able to give some teasers on the big reveal of what the plans and the hopes and dreams are. So basically, at the moment, we are on TikTok, we're on Facebook, we are on Instagram. We've got a website as well. It's everything's under the Garine Tower. If you search us, you'll definitely find us. If anybody's got any questions or whatever, we're happy to answer them. And we would love to hear from you guys, because like I said, as much as it's our project, it's also big in the community, and we just want everybody's input, and we love to hear from you. So thanks so much for listening. Bye bye.